Have you ever had that dream of writing a book, becoming a best-selling author? Well, what if an AI tool promised to make that happen, like practically overnight? Today, we are going to deconstruct the super high-pressure sales pitch for a tool called MagicBook AI, and we're going to see exactly how they sell this incredible, almost unbelievable promise.
So right out of the gate, the pitch just smacks you with this massive promise. And you got to notice the emphasis here. Author is in all caps. See, they're not just selling you a piece of software, they're selling you a whole new identity. An identity that comes with fame, wealth, a legacy. And maybe the most important part, all of it comes without struggle. It's an appeal aimed straight at our biggest dreams.
Okay, so how do they actually pull you into this? Well, it's a classic story, really, told in 5 parts. First, they sell you the author's dream. Then they introduce the big bad villain, the publishing struggle. Right after that, they swoop in with the AI solution, explain how the magic works, and then for the big finish, they hit you with the urgent offer. Let's break this whole thing down.
So, everything kicks off with the dream. Before they even mention the name of their product, they're painting this vivid picture of what your life could be. They really want you to imagine yourself walking in the footsteps of literary giants.
And of course, they bring out the heavy hitters, right? We're talking JK Rowling, Stephen King. By putting their product in the same sentence as these icons, they're not just selling you a tool anymore. They're selling you a fantasy. The unspoken promise here is that you, yes you, can have this level of success. It's a powerful idea.
And this is where they really lock it in. Your book stops being just a story and it becomes something so much bigger. It's your legacy, it's your brand, it's your ticket to passive income, wealth, and fame. They're not selling software, you see, they are selling a golden key to a life you've probably only dreamed about.
But right as you're getting lost in that fantasy, bam, they hit you with a cold dose of reality. The villain of the story finally shows up. The huge, soul-crushing struggle of actually trying to get a book published. And just like that, the dream feels a million miles away.
First on the list, the time commitment. I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? Staring at that blank page, the blinking cursor just mocking you, drowning in edits. They know you've got the dream, but they are betting you don't have a spare 1,000 hours to actually make it happen.
And then, of course, comes the money pit. You want to hire a ghostwriter? A good cover designer? We are talking thousands of dollars, maybe tens of thousands, before you've even typed Chapter 1. They want you to feel that financial pain, to see the traditional way as a guaranteed path to an empty wallet.
Okay, and let's just say you actually managed to write the book. Well, now they introduce a new problem you might not have even thought of. They argue that a plain old PDF just isn't going to cut it anymore. It's boring, it's static, and it's basically guaranteed to be ignored. Ouch.
And of course, no sales pitch is complete without taking a few shots at the competition. All those other tools out there? Piff. Too expensive, way too complicated, and just a massive headache. They're positioning themselves as the only smart choice in a sea of bad options.
So just when you're feeling totally defeated, when the dream seems impossible, the hero arrives. After painting this incredibly bleak picture, they introduce MagicBook AI as the shining knight in digital armor, riding in to rescue you from all your creative troubles.
So what is this secret weapon? Get this. It's an AI that can supposedly take a single keyword, just one word, and spin it into a full-blown, interactive, talking book in 60 seconds. It's not just a tool. They're selling it as a literal magic wand for anyone who wants to be an author. And here is the masterstroke. Remember all those problems they just spent the last few minutes hammering into your head? The time, the money, the complexity? Well, this no list is their answer. It's like a checklist saying, we've solved every single one of them for you. It's a direct response to every single pain point they just created.
Okay, but how does this magic actually work? I mean, you can't just make a promise that big and not explain it. So now they have to pull back the curtain a little and show you just how ridiculously easy it is to go from a tiny idea to a published money-making book. Look at how simple they make it. 3 easy steps: log in, create, sell. I mean, it sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? It's as easy as ordering a pizza. But, what about the quality? What about editing or marketing? Funny how all those little details just get kind of swept under the rug here.
And listen, it's not just for writing the next great novel. Cookbooks, comics, kids' books, business guides, whatever you can think of, they claim their AI can create it. They're really positioning this as a one-stop shop for literally any creative project you could ever dream of. It's the Swiss Army knife for authors.
So what exactly makes a magic book so different from that boring old PDF they talked about? Well, it's all about making it interactive. You've got AI narration, you can embed videos, add clickable buttons. They're not just selling you a book, they're selling you a dynamic, multimedia experience. This is what they're positioning as the future of reading.
And now, we've reached the grand finale. They've sold you the dream, they've introduced the enemy, and they've presented the hero. The only thing left to do is to close the deal. And believe me, this is where the real psychological pressure starts to ramp up.
Ah, a classic sales tactic, the false choice. They lay out two paths for you. There's the ordinary path, the one of struggle and failure, or you can take their smart path, the one that leads to success and riches. There's no middle ground. They're forcing your hand, trying to make the choice seem completely obvious.
First, they hit you with some sticker shock. $97 a month. This is a classic move called price anchoring. They set a really high initial price so that when they reveal the actual price, it feels like an absolute steal. It's all about playing with your perception of value. And then, the big reveal. It's not $97 a month, it's a one-time payment of just under $17. That is a massive price drop, and it's designed to trigger that impulse buy part of your brain. It makes you feel like you'd be crazy to say no.
But wait, there's a catch, of course. This amazing deal is not going to last. They throw up a countdown timer, a classic FOMO, fear of missing out tactic. They want you to feel that pressure, to make a quick, emotional decision before the logical part of your brain has time to ask any tough questions. And just when you think the deal couldn't possibly get any sweeter, they start piling on the bonuses. A commercial license, live training, special blueprints. They even put a total value on it all, over $18,000. It's all designed to make that $17 price tag seem completely insignificant. But you have to ask, are those bonuses really worth that much?
So, there you have it. It is a masterclass in high-pressure sales, really. They've woven together a story, they've tapped into our deepest desires, and they've used pretty much every trick in the marketing playbook to get you to click buy. But the question we're left with is this. Is this AI tool really the key to becoming a successful author? Or is it just a very shiny, new way to sell a very, very old dream?